Hi, my name is Coach Jim O'Connor from wellnessword.com, your trusted body transformation advisor, helping you look better, feel better, and to perform better in life. Now, today's video is in regards to a very important topic. And the topic is what everybody's talking about these days, and it is intermittent fasting. But it's specifically about a certain type of intermittent fasting, and it's called early time-restricted feeding. So the question we're going to tackle in today's video is, does early time-restricted eating or feeding help with weight loss? That's the big question. Should you be doing it? Should you consider this? Does it really work? So we're going to look a little bit at the science, and we're going to break it down and give you that answer in the end of this video. So continue to pay attention, listen, take notes, and once again, like it. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe to get more content just like this, because it just keeps coming week after week after week, helping you look better, feel better, and to perform better. So let's get on with the show. Let's answer this question. Does early time-restricted eating help weight loss? Big question. So first of all, let's backstep a second here and let's define what exactly is time-restricted eating or time-restricted feeding. And early time-restricted feeding, what it is you will have a certain amount of time in the day to eat. It's a time-restricted time to eat. It could be anywhere from 8 hours a day. So in other words, you might start at 7 o'clock in the morning eating your breakfast. That is early time-restricted feeding. And you will end 8 hours later at 3 p.m. And then after that time of eating, all your calories are going to be consumed in that time. After 3 o'clock, you don't eat any more food the rest of the day until tomorrow at 7 a.m. That's one method. And that's the early approach, because you start early in the day and you end in late afternoon or early evening, which is approximately 3 o'clock. Now, there are other types of time-restricted feeding programs where you can go a little bit longer. Let's say 10 hours a day of eating, and there's some that can even go up to 12 hours of eating. So as an example, you would start eating at 7 in the morning and you would finish at 7 at night, or you could go at 9 o'clock to 9 p.m. That's 12 hours, which is a huge window. Now the question is, does this work? So let's look at the science. Let's not guess if this works. Let's see what the body of evidence is out there about it. And I'm going to direct us to a study that was published in JAMA in August of 2022. And the study looked at this early time-restricted feeding versus, which is the 8-hour approach, 7 o'clock a.m. till 3, starting early, versus the 12-hour approach, let's say 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Now, the study looked at 90 people. So 80% of them were female, around the ages of 43 years of age. The study lasted 6 weeks. It was divided into two groups. There's one group, one would be the 8-hour feeding, early time-restricted feeding, versus the 12-hour is group number 2. So this happened for 14 weeks. This went on for 14 weeks, this particular study. So what were the results? Did the participants lose weight? That's the big question. Results are this. In the early time-restricted feeding group, 13.9 pounds were lost. Now, I want to also preface this, the results here by this, that they were also encouraged to exercise 75 to 125 minutes per week of constant exercise, and they were also asked to reduce their calories by approximately 500 calories per day throughout the whole course of the study. So the results. ETRF, that's the early time-restricted feeding, that group lost 13.9 pounds versus the 12-hour time-restricted feeding. It wasn't necessarily early time-restricted feeding. They lost 8.8 pounds. So there's a significant difference in weight. Now, looking at the fat loss, there was no significant difference. A little bit more was shown in the early group, the 8-hour group versus the 12-hour group with a 12-hour window. a little bit more fat loss, but it wasn't significant, statistically significant to report, which is interesting. Blood markers and everything appeared to be the same. So both groups did lose weight, which was quite interesting. So that's the information that we have. Now, what else they showed in the study is that the ETF, or early time restricted feeding group, had a calorie deficit of 214 calories per day greater than the 12-hour group. This had to do with the formula that they use for metabolic adaptation. So, in essence, the group that stopped eating at 3 o'clock, started at 7, lost a little bit more weight. It did work. It was effective. It was definitely effective versus not eating for 12 hours. So now you're probably asking, well, does this work and should I do this? And how does this work? Well, the reason this is really happening, let's think about this. If you only have 8 hours to eat and you're cut off at 3 o'clock, aren't you going to decrease your caloric intake for the day? Most likely, yes. Most of our meals are at night where we congregate socially, we're more relaxed, we're off of work generally. In the evening hours, we consume a lot more of our calories in the evening hours. But if that's eliminated, guess what? Your caloric intake for the day will decrease, which will help you lose body fat. So yes, that can work. That can work. But will it work for you? Can it work for you? Now, let's examine this. Can you answer this question? Not eat with groups of people after 3 o'clock. Suppose you have a dinner party to go to at 6, 7 o'clock at night. You're not allowed to eat. What happens if your family wants to eat at 6 o'clock at night? Are you going to sit and watch them eat because you have to have your meal before 3? That's where the challenge comes in. It's not very practical. Will it work? Yes. Early time restricted feeding can work, but is it really practical? Will it fit in your life? Only you can answer that. Like, only you can experiment and try if that will work in your life. It is just one approach of a certain type of intermittent fasting that has been shown to work. Is it for you? You have to answer that question. If you can sustain that for the rest of your life or for many, many years or a great amount of time, can you not eat after 3 o'clock and not be part of the whole social scene, so to speak? Perhaps you can. So, but once again, that's only for you to answer. So once again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I have a special gift for you at my website, wellnessword.com. It's a report I created that I know can help you, and it's going to be 100% free for taking the time to watch this video. It's called Fat Loss Forever, the top 7 ways to prime your brain into permanent fat loss. Now, you can use your brain, you can prime your brain. There are 7 things that you can do to help you prime your brain, train your brain into losing body fat and keeping it off forever. And I'm going to reveal those in this report for you for 100% free. So what you need to do right now is click the link below the video. I'll take you to my website, and for 100% free, you're going to get an opportunity to grab this report, consume it, and utilize the information in this report. And once again, click the link below, and then also click share, like this video, help others. That's what I'm here to help you, so you can help others as well. We can get the word out and get the right information to the right people right now. So once again, click the link below, and I'll see you in Fat Loss Forever, the top 7 ways to prime your brain into permanent fat loss. And I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.